What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so in this one here, we're going to be taking Professor X in against Galactus, because I was curious to see how you would do there. So let's go ahead and take a look at his build before we go into the actual fight itself. So for the Uru here, we've got some 5-star Uru, and then we've got 2 Odin's Blessings on him. I still need to fill in the other gaps at some point here. His skills are all at level 6. We have a fully awakened Power of Angry Hulk for his Ice Weight set, and for the CTP, we have a CTP of Energy, and it is a 180 proc. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details. So I have him at pretty much max attack speed because he does get that 1% attack speed boost, so that's maxed there. His crit rate and crit damage are a little bit low, so those are something I need to work on a little bit. Probably use the last slot on the Uru to buff up one of those. I'm not sure which one I will focus more on right now because I am over 50% on crit rate, which is kind of where I like to be. As long as I'm over 50%, then I usually start focusing on crit damage. Our ignore defense is pretty much maxed. We're just very, very close there. And then our skill cooldown is also maxed out. So pretty much the stats that we want to see. So yeah, that's what he's looking like. So let's go ahead and hop into the actual fight against Galactus and see how he did. Alright, so here we are loading into the fight. I've got Gringo to help me out, and then also an alliance mate here. They're just bringing their bonus characters because I was curious to see what kind of work Professor X could do on his own if he kind of had to solo or do a majority of the damage. So that's why they're in here for me today. I decided to use Magneto's leadership, and then I have Mystique for her tier 2 passive. You could go, a little bit more beefy with the team if you wanted to. You could have Nick Fury leadership and White Fox, of course, to get even more damage. But this is just what I was going with for this particular fight because I kind of, it seemed like a good team there. We have 2 team-up bonuses. We've got 2 of them being all attack, I believe. So I think he gets like an extra 10% all attack just from the team-up bonuses. Yeah, so let's see what Professor X here is going to do in terms of damage to Galactus. I'm using the exact same rotation that I use against like War Boss Ultimate and that kind of stuff. So I just do 4 cancel into 5 for my damage proc, and then after that I do the 3rd skill for the kind of buff, and yeah, we just go from there. And also just make sure you do not get hit with your Professor X, because he cannot take a hit if he doesn't have his immunity or guard up. So yeah, he's a very squishy character. He's all DPS. So now we're going to pop our tier 3 here. I like to do the 4 and 5 cancel at the same time, and then just use the tier 3 skill. And as you can see, that was some pretty nice damage. So Professor X here is doing really well in terms of damage, at least for me. Because you may see a lot of, other videos out there. You just see people clearing Galactus with their, super well built, like Sharon or Namor or something like that, or Captain Marvel even, in just like, 4 minutes or something like that, or sub 4 minutes. But for me, even with my characters, because I have a rage on my Namor, I have a rage on Captain Marvel, and when I do Galactus with them, it still takes me a while if they're the ones doing the majority of the damage. So for my particular account or build on characters or cards or whatever you want to call it, this is actually very, very good damage for me. He's doing like similar damage to my characters like CTPs of Rage and stuff like that. So yeah, this damage for me is very impressive. So kind of need to keep that in mind when you see, these other I don't know, other videos of people clearing it in like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that. You do need to have a little bit of context on that, because that's not how he's going to perform on everyone's account. It's not like when you pick up your Professor X, you're going to be doing a 2 or 3 minute clear. So you can see that here with mine, and I'm very happy with the results that I've been seeing so far with his damage and even his survivability, because he's got his invincibility, which really helps out, and then he's got that guard. So yeah, Professor X is doing quite well here. As you can see, we're definitely on pace to clear this in time. So we are going to, take most of the time, but we should be able to get there without it being too close. Got another nice tier 3 here. Look at those bars just melt. Love to see that, because he's got that nice long tier 3 animation, so he can take full advantage of your damage proc. Oh, we got the purple orbs here. Those things, or purple orbs, the blue orbs. These giant blue orbs, man. These things are deadly. I don't even know what they're targeting. What are they targeting right now? They're just shooting right down the middle of the map. None of us are over there. All of us were in the corner. So that's kind of funny. Oh yeah, with Professor X's fifth skill for, you know, having your damage proc on the fifth skill, you can move around with it. So it's actually quite nice for some of the phases with Galactus here. So like when he is shooting the meteors out of his hands, or when he's doing the purple circles on the ground kind of thing, you can just activate that fifth skill and just kind of run around either the meteors or the purple circles and still do damage to him. So that's actually pretty nice when you get kind of used to the timing for Galactus or his skill animations, and then also when to use Professor X's skill. That can be a nice little way to get some damage in when you otherwise couldn't with some other characters. So yeah, just another little tip there for fighting Galactus. So now it looks like he's moving on to the next side here. So getting close, but yeah, it's definitely not the fastest clear, but he is the only one doing damage here, so you do need to keep that in mind. So I already used the fifth skill, or else I could have done that right there. Use the fifth skill while he's drawing in the meteors, because then you can just keep kind of running away. Yeah, see, I did that right here. So I can keep running away because he always kind of sucks you in when he's doing that meteorite attack. So if you just use a skill that keeps you stationary or something, you get pulled towards it. You know, for example, if you use like a channeling skill, you just keep getting dragged towards Galactus. But since you can move with his skill, you can just kind of keep offsetting that, which is quite nice. And yep, another purple attack. I don't think I end up using the fifth skill here, just because these ones are a little more tricky. I've got to be all the way up at Galactus. I could have used it right here. And then as I was just kind of putzing around there at the bottom, I could have been doing some damage with the fifth skill. And I was going into another attack that we need to avoid, which is quite annoying. I hate when he does these attacks like all in a row, because then it feels like you have like 30 seconds of just dodging attacks or standing around and doing nothing. So that can be a little bit annoying. But anyway, how have you guys been getting on with your Professor X? Have you started building him up yet? Did you unlock him? Are you going to be skipping him? And then have you gotten lucky with his potential and been able to try him out at tier 3 yet? Because I'm curious to see how everyone else is building their Professor X. Because if you saw my video kind of doing comparison for Professor X and all the different like CTPs and stuff like that, you know, I found that ECP of energy was looking to be one of the strongest on him, and I'm just curious to see how many people have put energy on him and have been really happy about that, or how many people have put judgment on him, and if it's performing better than what it was looking like on the APK. Because on the APK, the judgment wasn't looking very powerful on Professor X. I mean, it was doing, you know, significant damage compared to like a regular damage proc or a CTP of destruction or something like that. But in terms of like the DPS CTPs, the energy and rage, it was kind of falling behind both the energy and rage when I was doing my testing. So I'm kind of curious to see what how everyone else has been feeling about the CTPs on Professor X here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Another tier 3. We're getting close. Are we going to get down to 10? Not. Oh, yes, we are. I was going to say not quite, but there we go. That was nice. That was like 7 or 8 bars, wasn't it, with that tier 3 skill? Oh, he's targeting me. We're going to go hunker down in this little corner over here and hide. Yeah, I wish I could be over there just doing damage, because that's another thing. If you got these giant orbs targeting when you're teammates, then Professor X, you just walk up to Galactus and use that fifth skill and start doing some DPS. And now he's doing another unblockable. Yeah, we gotta hide in our little bubble here so we don't get killed. And now we can finally start working on these last 10 bars. I feel like, I don't know, like 30% of the time it was just dodging attacks instead of doing DPS. So I feel like you're getting robbed a little bit on your time there, but that's just how it goes. And oh yeah, we missed our proc there to line up with the tier 3. Here we go, we're going to do a co-op skill with the tier 3. Let's see what kind of damage we get here. We're at 6 bars. Is this going to be enough to finish him? Down to 2 bars. Down to 1 bar. Almost. That was almost enough to kill him. That was almost 6 bars worth of damage. This is the attack I like the best from him in terms of if he's going to do something that's kind of like unblockable, because they kind of go at random. So a lot of times you can actually just keep attacking him and you will just by luck evade all of the purple attacks there. But There we go. 98.6% of the damage, so full solo there from Professor X, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So yeah, like I said, I'm really happy with how he's been performing. He's definitely able to solo Galactus here, so even if your teammates die, you get stuck with teammates that aren't using very strong team. So yeah, your Professor X should be able to carry you here and do a significant damage. And that's going to be it for this one here. Just a quick look at Professor X versus Galactus. Again, I'm quite happy that his damage doesn't necessarily rely on mind resist down or all defense down. He has enough raw damage here, as you can see, to put up a very solid score in GBR. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and of course I will catch you in the next one.